My name is Jennifer Cox, and I'm here to demonstrate the new features available in Smart Notebook 11. And for those of you who are not aware, Smart Notebook software is the software that works with the Smartboard to make it interactive. And they have just released version 11 with several new features, and I'm just going to go over a few of them. So the first thing I would like to show is the new toolbar along the top. You can see that instead of the tools all flowing across every one of them, now they've broken it down into sections. So over here we have the Actions section, and this is where you're going to see your full screen view and your dual page. If I hit that, you can see the different options available. It's also where you're going to find your screen shade, and you can close that there. And your camera tool, as well as the table tool. The next section in the middle is called the plugins section, and this is for anything extra that you may have as part of your notebook software. And right now I have the Smart Response installed, as well as the math tools, the trial. So anything extra would appear in the middle. And over here is where you have all the tools that you would be used to seeing. So we have the different pens available. And you can see as you choose one, it opens up another menu here for you to be able to format that tool. The next new thing I'd like to show is the crayon pen, which can be fun depending on your age. So over here with the pen tool, you can go over here and choose this arrow, and you'll see the different pens available. So you would choose the crayon. And this is an example of how you might want to use this with your class. So we're going to choose the orange crayon, and we can also change the thickness over here of the line. And we'll start here and follow the dot to dot. Okay, so you can see how that works. And then the students would be able to pick different colors and finish coloring in the picture if they wanted to. I'd also like to show you in a couple slides with Notebook 11, you can now use the fill bucket, which is up here, to fill shapes like this, where before you couldn't do that. If it was an irregular shape, it wouldn't work. So now we'll move on to the new side tab that they've added. It looks like a puzzle piece, and it is called the Add-ons tab. So anything that they come out with in the software will be added to this tab. And if I touch it here, you can see that the one in there right now is called the Activity Builder. So this one allows you to build an activity, a sorting activity that's already built in. And I'll show you on the next page one that I've created. So this one is a sorting activity for students to do with recycling and garbage and compost. So after you get this set up, the students should be able to come up and sort them. And if I try to put the apple into the recycling bin, it automatically shoots it back out. Same thing if I try to put it in the garbage. That's not where it belongs. It actually belongs over here, so it disappears. And then they can continue on with the activity. The bubble gum, if I try to put it in the compost, it spits it back out. If I try to put it in the recycle bin, it does the same, and it goes in the garbage. And the newspaper, if I try to put it in the garbage, it comes back out. It's supposed to go in the recycle bin, but it didn't. So what happened? If I click on Activity Builder, it allows me to edit that object. So now that I've got my recycle bin selected, I can edit the items that are supposed to be accepted or deleted from it. So if I say Edit, you can see that it's selected. And now you can see in these two boxes I don't have the newspaper anywhere, so it doesn't know what to do with it. So I'll make sure that I drag the newspaper over into the Accept category, and now I can say Done. And now it should go into the recycle bin. So that's the Activity Builder. That's just one example of how you can use it. If you go into the gallery, you can go into this folder here, Lesson Activity Examples, and you can see there's about 30 different ways that they've shown you how to use the Activity Builder. The next thing I'm going to show is the irregular shape fill and the enhanced image fill. Before, when you tried to put an image inside a shape, it didn't really sit right inside the shape. So now, if I go to my properties, make sure I have it selected. When you go to put an image in, you can see down here at the bottom where it says scale image to fit or keep image size. So that's a new option. If you had pictures of your students and you wanted to put them inside a shape, it's much easier to do easily now. And the fill bucket, if I took my pen and I did a circle, I can now go back to my arrow and select that circle, go to the fill bucket, and fill it with yellow. You couldn't do that before. The next new feature of Notebook 11 is the ability to insert an internet browser right into your page. You still have the ability to add a link to your page, but even more convenient is adding an internet browser right to the window. So if I go up to Insert, you will see the option to insert an internet browser. And now I can type in an address. We'll go to a website that I like to show. It's called teachkidsnews.com. And once you type the address in there, it will start to go to that website. Here we are. So you can see it may not be super convenient to read something within this window, but at least you have the link there. In order to enlarge it or to shrink it, all I do is drag over top of the whole window, and you'll see that your selector box comes up, and that way I can resize it. Okay. The other nice thing about this internet browser feature, if there's an image on the page, the internet page that you're looking at, there's Justin, you can click on it and drag it onto your page. So if there's something quick that you need to grab, you can do that. You can also pin this page so that every time you open this file and come to this page, it will refresh to that website that you've got in there. So in addition to having the internet link on the page, another option is to have the internet browser right in your page. The other newer thing with Smart Notebook 11 is this button up here, which is your Smart Exchange link. So if I touch that button, it will take me to the Smart Exchange, which is a website by Smart that has many different Smart Notebook lessons already created and available for you to download to use. So many of you are probably familiar with this. You can go in and search by keyword, by grade, just a quicker way to get there. Something that some people may not be aware of is that you do have to sign in now, so you have to have an account with Smart Exchange before you're allowed to download anything, but it's still free. And you are free to download Notebook 11 at home. So I have the address here where you would go to get that. It's smarttech.com, and you would go to the download section. And if you're interested in any further training or information about Smart Notebook, you can find that information in our first class in the Technology Information Conference. We're holding some training in July and at the end of August.